Oh my days. Tallis Duncan might be the greatest rugby league player of all time. Back-to-back Sundays, he just come in and absolutely saved my weekend. 58 last week, and then a few people picked him up this week, and they're all aboard the train. So well done to you if you joined in. I've had to go through the struggles. I picked him up just before he was 24. So 24, 36, 41, and then two moments of absolute bliss after that. So yeah, he's averaging about 46 in my team now, which is awesome. It's about where I thought he'd average picking him up, but it's finally some fucking vindication that he was worth the pickup in the first place. Yeah, he's done really well. Monster score in a major buy round. I picked him up at what, 405k or something? Yeah, 405k. So he's made about 100k now, and then even with the 40s, he's going to make another 60 or so. So really happy with that. Yeah, like I said, he did save my round. I was struggling after last night's games, missing out on Herbie's 99, obviously, and picking up Scotty Drinkwater's 14 is a brutal swing. I joked before the game, like since I had Scotty and I don't have any Dolphins players that Dolphins are probably going to dominate possession and win by 50. Yeah, I was joking, and they won by 54. So absolutely brutal, but it is what it is. I have Tallis Duncan, and nothing else matters. Managed to beat par for the week slightly by about 8 in the end, which is good. Still a disappointing round. After the first two games, I was absolutely flying. I was about 40, 45 above par, and had trades in the bank to use for some mid-round upgrades. And yeah, absolutely depleted after these games. Missed out on Siwa Wong's, 76 or something, which a few people had, not too many, but like that was a pretty bad start. I did pick up Tedesco for a 53, but heaps of people did pick him up. And then obviously that Dolphins game was brutal for me. Even Isaiah Katoa picked up a 68 or something. I did want Katoa, so the plan was Haas to Katoa if Savala scored poorly, but he got a 63. So yeah, I'll absolutely take that. But it could have worked out well if Savala got like a 20 and then I would have had Katoa's score. But yeah, it's fine. Like I'm absolutely going to take a 63 from him all day. Yeah, overall as a whole, it is a disappointing round. I did move up 300 ranks or so. I think I was 2,306th. Yeah, so I made 301 ranks. So on that front, it is good, but it could have been awesome. And obviously not having Herbie is disappointing, but it is okay. Like it's a positive round still. And I didn't trade Haas, so that's a good thing. I did absolutely want to trade him, and he would have been gone if Savala scored badly. But yeah, my loop options just did well, same as round 12, so I had to pivot from that. It does put me in a bit of a pickle, but I am happy with the two trades I made. So Munster to Campbell is good. Riley Smith to Tedesco is good as well. Like it's another keeper. I would have loved to do it for Tamale instead of Smith, but yeah, I just couldn't work it in the end. I couldn't do that straight up anyway because I couldn't afford it. That's why I did want to trade Haas to afford Campbell and either Teddy or Kiraz. But yeah, couldn't afford that way. I would have had to make a third trade. But I also, after I looped Garrick and he scored well, I had to leave Tamale somewhere in my winger fullback or centre. So he was never getting traded after that. Fletcher Sharp going out would make you think that I am going to trade Haas even more when I wanted to do it, but just a few moving parts. It isn't always that simple, and yeah, it ended up being that I had to keep Haas. With the two trades I made, though, I am a bit stuck now. Obviously, Tamale is coming out this week, which is fine, but the guy I want is Jerome Hughes, obviously, and I need a little bit more cash to do that. I need 79k, and I've only got 43k, so I've left myself in a bit of a pickle there. I do have to trade Hosking more than likely. Like I don't see any other options I can trade if I want to do that. But I don't want to do that because that was part of the reason I kept Haas, because Hosking is the guy playing in my 13 at the moment here. And if he scores well, I can get rid of Haas. But if he scores badly, then I have to play Haas here and then move Kalamatangi down. So yeah, I want to use him as a loop option, but all that really needs to happen is he scores well, and then I can trade out Haas this week, and then all my dilemma is gone. I know it's a little bit late to be trading Haas. Obviously, like if you're going to do it, it was going to be either this round or last round or before round 12, but it kind of works the same for my team trading in this round. if I traded him before this round or after, because he didn't end up being used as a loop option, or my loop options did well, so I didn't end up needing his cash. So yeah, the reason I was trading him was to get Jaden Campbell, and I managed to do that without having to trade Haas. So yeah, if I want Hughes, I can do it for Hosking, but that means I'm set on keeping Haas, and I kind of need his money to make things work in the end. So yeah, don't really know what I want to do, but I know that I can't really trade Hosking if I want to do it. And so many people traded Hosking as well, so I do kind of want to keep him because it adds to that little pod value when I know he can be better than what he is. As that's why we all brought him in, and like his role hasn't changed, it's just his performances have. So yeah, do want to keep him. I don't want to trade Savala anymore because he's doing well. I could just get Tamale and Walsh in for Tamale this week, but I think Jerome Hughes has a low break even, like 21. Like even if he scores a 55, like that's another 30k or so that I can't really afford to miss out on. So I don't know. We'll figure it out during the week. Maybe if Sharp's missing this week, I can trade him instead. But yeah, I mean, lockout hasn't even closed yet, so we can think about that later. We'll get into like some of the stats from this week and stuff, but before that, I am thinking about starting a Facebook group or page or whatever, so we can have a bit of a growing community in there. I do want to get a Discord down the track, but we have a baby due in about 5 weeks or so. So yeah, wouldn't be able to monitor that one as closely. And I have had a few Discords in the past, and yeah, obviously they do require a bit more effort, whereas a Facebook page can pretty much run itself. But yeah, we have such a strong community here already. Like we only have 370 subs or something, but we have people that comment on every video and stuff like that. So it's cool to engage with you guys. And I think getting a Facebook group in there would be awesome to do. But yeah, just let me know if you guys want to do that, and I can try to get one going during the week and stuff like that. And then we can, grow our community even stronger in there. Then hopefully the YouTube page YouTube channel will grow a little bit more as well. But yeah, really happy with all the support so far. But yeah, just let me know what you think. 7.7 average trades left after the round, so it is pretty low, but most people should be able to manage with 2 to 3 trades now until round 18, 19, barring injuries. Like for me, I'm pretty much set for round 18. I need a half and either a centre or winger fullback. I know I want Hughes. I can get Walshy in or like a Kiraz if I trade Haas. So yeah, that's pretty easy to manage. Round 19, I'm pretty much sweet as long as if I keep Haas and Fermor doesn't play Origin, then I have 13 already, plus Savala on the bench, who I can use to upgrade as well. So yeah, most people should be sweet. But I think with that, there's not going to be too many loop options around. Like not too many people will be looping in those rounds. So that's when I'm going to target my bigger pushes for ranks. So yeah, I'm in a pretty sweet spot with 12 trades to do that. But it probably means I need to trade Haas to get the money to be able to do that. So I think that adds more value to trading him. But it's starting to get late to do that, but still happy to do it. Koloamatangi, the far and away the most captain player this week. If you did it on Herbie, then well done to you. That's awesome. 2.4%, so yeah, that's good. Popular trade-ins, Scotty Drinkwater, the most popular. So that's another week where the most popular trade-in has struggled a little bit. He struggled immensely, but like, what can you do? They lost by more than 50. It's never going to work out well for the opposition fullback. So yeah, really disappointed. I'm glad heaps of you joined the Scotty train with me because it would have been a lonely trip otherwise. But yeah, almost 200 people picked up Tallis Duncan as well. So that one worked out a bit better. Teddy with a 53, that's fine. Tommy Turbo, Aitken did okay, like mid-40s for them both. Obviously, Tommy's a lot cheaper, so that one worked out better. Jaden Campbell with a 75, Couchman 47, Kiraz 59, Donahue with a 59 as well, I think. And then Katoa with a 68. So yeah, most of those did pretty well. So it was a little bit better than last week. It's just, yeah, the most popular one did struggle. In terms of the trade outs, obviously Tamale is going to be the top of that list, just being out for 3 months. But yeah, Hosking at 24.9%. So I think his ownership is like 20% now in the top 1,000, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that makes me want to keep him. 48% owned, and that's before this round. So yeah, with half of you trading him, it leaves about 25% who still have him, which is just insane. Payne Haas was a popular trade out. I thought that would be a little bit higher on the back of Fletcher Sharp being out because a lot of people needed to like have the funds to be able to upgrade and get to 13 this week. But it looks like a few of you did some cheaper options like Tallis Duncan, super popular, Tommy Turbo, way more popular than he would have been if Fletcher Sharp wasn't injured. And then Kurt Donahue with 8.7% picked him up. So that's a lot higher than I thought. He seemed like one that was only going to fit a certain number of teams. I guess if you looped Jazz Tavanga, then maybe you ended up picking up him. 59 and 59 minutes is good. He probably would have played closer to 70. He looked like he came off with a little bit of an injury. He looked fine on the bench and stuff. Like, we didn't hear anything about it, so I think it is all good. But with a scoreline like that, you can easily take someone like that off. But yeah, really good score. Obviously, it was boosted by the try. So I think it was a 16-point try. So he was on about 43. And yeah, that's pretty good for his price point. 59 is excellent for his price point, but even without the try, it was looking good. So yeah, well done if you picked him up. Yeah, that's about it from the top 1,000. I'll get into the game from today. So yeah, Doggies too good. They were up 18-0 almost instantly, like it was 15 minutes in, but they scored their 3 tries in a flash and it looked over. It did quiet down a little bit and then lightning hit. So we had a 25-minute delay, which is super rare. That was with about 9 minutes to go in the half. And then, yeah, Bunnies came back a little bit. They scored a try on the brink of the first half and, yeah, got up to 18-4. Then just carried that momentum in the second half. Got it back to, 18-10, I think. Then the Doggies had Jake Turpin in the sin bin and Doggies regained momentum somehow. Like, Bunnies did absolutely nothing with it. I think it went back to 22-10 at one stage, and then Rabbits scored again, and then, yeah, Bulldogs just hung on late. But you'll take that as Doggies fans, like obviously missing a few guys with Origin, and then Matt Burton, 18th man in Origin, so you miss him too. So that was obviously a big controversy. But yeah, you'll take that win. Yeah, Bunnies actually looked okay after the 18-0. They'll probably be kicking themselves that they've done that, especially last week. Like they went up 18-0, I think, against the Raiders and then lost it late. And it was kind of the opposite in this one, but just couldn't get over the line. Tallis Duncan, yeah, it was really just a Tallis Duncan show, wasn't it? Like, fuck the actual footy. We were just watching Tallis Duncan, monster score, obviously, we've talked about it. 36 tackles, 132 metres gained, so his base was really strong. He was leading the Bunnies in the first half with tackles as well. I think it was on 25 or so, and then just the second half, Bunnies picked up a few, a bit more possession, so he didn't have to do as much, and they were sort of going down the other side. But 36 tackles with 1 miss is great. He usually picks up a lot more negatives than this, so only the -4 today, which is good. Picked up 6 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, and a try, all in the second half pretty much. I think he had 1 tackle break going into the half, so just awesome. His try, he went over untouched. Kiraz was just defending at centre, obviously. He's more of a winger, so his defensive qualities aren't as good, and just left a massive hole for Tallis Duncan, so he just waltzed through it. I think it was 11-metre run and completely untouched, so really good. I was cheering for that one. I think he will downdate a little bit. He had 2 tackle breaks, 1 in the first half, 1 just after, that are 50-50 ones. Sometimes they get given, sometimes they don't. But this year they seem to not be giving them, and they gave him both of them. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him downdate to 69, with 2 negative missed tackles, but the rest, 2 less tackle breaks, but the rest of it looks good. And, yeah, obviously his score's massive anyway, so we'll take it either way. Koloamatangi, yeah, the most popular captaincy with a 65 in 70 minutes. Totally fine. He was up to almost 70, but he had 2 missed tackles in the play where he went out for a HIA, which was a bit annoying. But, yeah, he looks fine. I don't know if he passed or failed it, but I'm almost certain he passed it because it didn't even look like a concussion. He was, grabbing his eye, so I think, don't even know what it was, but obviously they come in and the independent doctor rules him out sometimes, to go for a HIA, and just with 10 minutes left, he wasn't going to come back. So totally fine with that score. He was probably looking at 75 or so without that. So we'll take that. It is what it is. The 65, everyone captained him, so it didn't really matter, but it was good to see him get a good score. And the PPM is so strong still. Jai Arrow with a 53. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. He's been really good, really, lately in real life and in fantasy, but obviously not an option. We have so many Bunnies forwards anyway, but yeah, he's been good. Jai Gray with a 47. I was kind of contemplating this guy. When I had my trade video that I was just doing on the fly, I stumbled across him at 400k or so. And knowing he's playing fullback in round 15 and 18, he was a bit of a flyer, but I was never close to doing it. And the 47's good though. Like, you'll take that. It's about where he averages at fullback. Like, 400k is pretty cheap for someone like that. But yeah, it's a pretty good score for him, but obviously not much fantasy relevancy until I stumbled across him and had to think about it for 2 seconds. Jamie Humphries with a 47. So yeah, matched Jai Gray there. It's good. Like, a 47 is good for his price point. But if you were going to pick him up this week, it was for round 15 and 18, knowing Latrell's out of the team, where he's going to get the goal kicking, he's going to get a boost in kick meters. So it's like a bit disappointing. You would have wanted to see a 55-60 from him. Nothing wrong with a 47. Obviously, he's outdone his points production, but he did have a higher break even as well. So there was no cash generation really to be expected by picking him up at this stage, knowing he's going to score like 35 to 45 every week with Latrell back in the team. So yeah, you would have liked to see him do better. He was on 47 with like 20 to go as well, and then has picked up a few negatives. So yeah, he could have gone on with it, but he didn't. And if you did take a flyer on him, you probably would be a little bit disappointed. Ewan Aitken with the 44. Honestly, totally fine with that. He was straggling along for a lot of that game. I think he was on 16 at halftime or something similar, and then just picked up the tackle count in the second half. He just didn't get much ball. Like, 58 run meters isn't great. It's very low for him. And if he's not getting run meters, he's not going to get as many tackle breaks, offloads, stuff like that. So only got the one tackle break as his only attacking stats. He did get one 41-meter kick, which is crazy. So dumb. Like, it was right after the lightning delay. So you've had 25 minutes to prep as a team. Play was resumed, and when it stopped, it was like third tackle on the Bunnies goal line. So like, you have 2 plays to go. You should be well aware of that, just having a 25-minute break. Fifth tackle, they just pass it straight to Ewan Aitken for a hit up. And luckily he has the realisation that it is fifth, and he just boots it for 41 metres. But yeah, just so bad for the Bunnies. When you're down 18-0 and that is what your first play is, it's shocking. But we'll take the point for fantasy. Yeah, it's just weird. No one else too much on this team. Like, Lockie Hubner with a 26 in 39 minutes. Minutes pretty much where they have been all month or so. He had a really weird rotation though. I think he came back on in the first half. Someone must have got injured that I didn't see. But the score's just too low. Like, 5 missed tackles. If you held on to him for this round, it's pretty disappointing, knowing someone like Tallis Duncan was a similar price point. So yeah, it's time to go now. There's no way he can last till round 18 at that price point. So at that minutes, the minutes he's getting, and yeah, his price point is a little bit higher, where you can move move off him pretty comfortably. Jaden Sullivan with a 29 as well. He got injured, I think, as well. I don't know what happened, but yeah, hopefully he's all good. Over to the doggy side, Viliami Kikau with a 79. That's huge. He has been decent at fantasy lately. Like, he's averaging, I think, 52 for the year or something, but he always is just a little fraction below keeper level. But yeah, 79 is an awesome score from him. 9 tap breaks and 6 offloads to hand is just immense. And yeah, he's been doing that heaps lately. Obviously, he's a unit. But yeah, he's just actually using his size for good now lately. He had a try disallowed, I think, or yeah, he was about to go over, then they called obstruction. So could have been a monster score. And yeah, he just looked deadly today. Toby Sexton with a 64. Really good to see from him. Obviously, he's in the media a bit this week with the signing of Lockie Galvin and him being pushed to hooker. But yeah, he was really good. Took goal kicking as well as the third string kicker and was actually pretty good. Nailed one from the left sideline. Just a really strong game. He did dominate kick meters. So Lockie Galvin with 150. That's probably where we can expect it. Maybe a little bit lower when Burton's there. But that's all he was kicking at the Tigers anyway last year. And he still averaged 52. So not too concerning. But yeah, good game from Toby. Jacob Kiraz with a 59. Good score. Really good score. He did have like 35 after 20 minutes or so. So the Herbie Farnworth special. Oh, and Herbie was so annoying yesterday because I didn't talk about that. But the Dolphins had someone in the bin after like 5 minutes. And then after like 15 minutes or so. And just before Scotty Drinkwater had come off with a HIA. So he missed that. And that's like perfect for Drinky. Like, you want him playing against 12 men, obviously. But I was like, whatever, like it's fine because at least the Dolphins boys won't go huge. And then, of course, Herbie picks up 35 points in those 10 minutes, which is crazy. He had like 2 line breaks, like 2 offloads to hand, a try assist, and a couple of tackle breaks. And I was like, for fuck's sake, so annoying. Sorry, that was a bit of a tangent. Don't know how I went off there. Oh, yeah, because Kiraz was on like 35 after 20 minutes as well. So, yeah, you would have liked to see him go on with a little bit more, but Bunny's just dominated possession in that second half. So, yeah, there's not much you can do. He did, after like 60 minutes or so, he did stay down for like 5 minutes with a neck twinge or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it looked like he was going to come off. They had Blake Taff on the sideline warming up, and if you stay down for 5 minutes or so, you think, like with a trainer, you think he's going to come off. But yeah, stayed on and had an offload to hand straight after. So he was on 41 at that point and finished with a 59. So from that perspective, you'll absolutely take a 59. I did really want him. He just didn't fit my buy plan, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, Teddy got a 53 anyway, but Kiraz with a 59 is super solid. Connor Tracy with a 58. Yeah, he's been decent this year in real life, but that's one of his better fantasy scores. Jacob Preston with a 53. I swear he must have got like a turnover tackle late because I swear he was on 45 or so with a couple minutes to go. So must have missed that. Oh, yeah, I know exactly which one it was too. That's so annoying. 53 is fine. Like it's a little bit lower than his average at 60. But in his first game back, you'll take that. He didn't really have too many attacking stats. He was kind of saved by those 2 turnover tackles, but had a few offloads to hand as well. The base is solid. You know he can be better when he gets attacking stats. I just thought he was a bit of a luxury trade this week. He's priced at where he should be, and there was a few underpriced keepers on the board, but he was pretty popular. I think like 70, 80% of people picked him up. That's 7 to 8% of people picked him up. So yeah, well done if you did. 53 is totally fine. Reed Marnie with a 51. Classic Reed Marnie, 57 tackles for a 51 fantasy score, so lower score than tackles made. You hate to see it. He's fine, like he played close to 80 here, but he's not going to play 80 every week when Burden's back in the team, so he was kind of an appealing option coming into round 12 at his price point, but as soon as we heard wind that Galvin was coming over, it sort of shot that in the foot, and I think he was even playing less than 80 a couple of weeks before that. I'm not going to forget Harry Hayes this time. We had someone comment, can't remember who off the top of my head, because I think last week I said Harry Hayes isn't a fantasy option. I said, no one really cares about him. And someone commented saying they have him in their team. But yeah, fair enough. Like he's actually been crushing it. I had a look at him after that comment because I had no idea he's been doing this. But yeah, absolutely monstrous. 67, 68 into a 42, and like a 42 is fine. But yeah, absolutely crushing it. So well done to whoever that was. Can't remember off the top of my head. But 42 is not bad. Like obviously it's not a 67, 68, but had to talk about him this week after that. Lockie Galvin with a 39. Not too bad. He didn't do anything too special, really. Yeah, you'll take it. He is coming into like an appealing price point. I was kind of considering him, but I would have done Jamie Humphries as my flyer if I did. But yeah, he's a really appealing price point. They have a buy, obviously, but he's going to be about 512K, and the 55 break-even's fine if he is starting. But yeah, we just need to see if he is starting in round 17 with Burden back in the team. And if he is, I think it's free runway to get him. We obviously want Jerome Hughes this week, so it's kind of hard to pick 2 up at the same sort of price in the same position. But yeah, if you don't want Hughes, or you think it's fine getting both, then I think he could be a really fun, underpriced keeper. He's probably a fraction below where you want to keep a half to be, but yeah, I think given his price point, it's one that we might have to sacrifice and get in. Josh Curran with a 37 in 59 minutes, so yeah, we'd expect him to get about 40, 45 in the middle of the pack, but so a little bit lower, but he's much better as a 80-minute edge, and yeah, he wasn't going to play that with Preston back, which is why I didn't want him coming into round 12, but he did well for you. This is one of his lower scores lately, so it's time to move on, I think, just playing back in the middle of the pack. That's about it from that side of things. Nothing too exciting. So, yeah, overall, wasn't the best round for me. I did move up ranks, which is good, but I thought I was going to be absolutely flying. So I'll take it in a bit of a weird spot with trades now. I don't know what I'm going to do because I want Jerome Hughes and can't really get there with just one trade. So I'll navigate that throughout the week. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good round. Let us know how you went. And let us know what your thoughts are on the Facebook group as well, because we can get that going soon if you'd like to see it. But yeah, until then, good luck everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.